Hello and welcome to another video from Only One Read. Today I'm just going to be talking about a few books that I bought. This is actually the same day as one of the clips from another video I'm working on, which is going to be like a reading vlog and review of The Dark Prophecy. I decided, since I haven't finished it yet, I'm going to try and make and just do like updates and a few clips of me talking about different things as I'm reading it, and then kind of collate them all together into one video at the end, but I haven't finished with that yet. Um, so yeah, today basically I went out into my city hunting for, I don't know if you've seen my last book haul, where I bought Kate Moset's Map of Bones, and I realised that it was part of a four-part series, so I've been looking for the other books in the series because it really annoys me to own only the fourth book and not the entirety of the series. So I did buy The Burning Chambers. I found it at W.H. Smith's. I got Map of Bones from where did I get it from? Waterstones. But today I went hunting for the City of Tears and the Ghost Ship. I did see the Ghost Ship at Waterstones, but I didn't know at the time that it was part of the same series. It's probably still there, but I kind of wanted to have a look at the charity shops and secondhand bookshops and see what I could find there, just for a bit of a change, and also just to save some money as well. And also I know that if I go into a Waterstones or a Foyles, they just arrange things in ways that just entice you to buy them more than like secondhand bookshops and charity bookshops ever do. So I know that if I go in there, I'm going to end up spending more money because I'm going to end up buying more things. And I bought more things here as well, but it's a lot cheaper. So I did find the City of Tears. It was at like I said, a community secondhand bookshop, and it was only £1.80, but actually I paid less because it was three for £3.20, I believe. The offer. So I got City of Tears, and I also got The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, which I've heard a lot about. I'm not entirely sure. I know that it's a high fantasy series. I know that it's set in a world where there's kind of like dictator, very authoritarian, ruthless. It's giving Star Wars: The Empire, kind of emperor who has enslaved these people called Scar, and there's this Scar street urchin who apparently is the unlikely heroine who's going to help overthrow the emperor or something along those lines. And I know that there is the magic in this world is called allomancy, and I know that the people who practice it are known as mistborns, and I think that the girl is a mistborn. That's all I know about it, to be honest. I've just heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot about Brandon Sanderson in particular. I know that he's basically like this absolute titan of high fantasy, but I've not read any of his books. I know that he has worked on some of the Wheel of Time books. I know that I can't remember the name of the original author, but I know that he never finished the series and then Brandon Sanderson finished it. Which I also, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I own the first Wheel of Time book and The Eye of the World, is it? The first book. And I've seen the TV series on Amazon Prime and I absolutely love it. So I am going to be reading those books at some point. I am going to be reading this book at some point. I think my mum might have read this book. I'm not sure. But she always sends me links. I think, unless she just sends it because she knows I'm a big reader, but she always sends me links of like 10 best fantasy books to read, and it's always Mistborn trilogy always comes up. So it's something I've wanted to read for years. And then another thing that I've wanted to read for years is The Power by Naomi Alderman. I was a little bit worried because I'm afraid I might already own this. This is how you know like how many books I own, because I can't even remember like I can't even remember how many I've bought and what I've bought and what I haven't. Sometimes I forget because sometimes I know, like, sometimes I have seen books in bookshops for so long because I keep seeing them and I keep thinking, oh, I'd really like to buy that, but I already have like five in my hands and I can't buy another one. So I'll buy that next time, and then I can't remember if I have. Then the next time I see that book, I'm like, did I buy that last time? I can't remember. I definitely buy books much faster than I read them. It is kind of like a whole second hobby at this point, but what can you do? I am really enjoying it. I do definitely own The Future by Naomi Alderman, which came out later. I don't think it's related. It's not the same world, but it is very similar themes. I know that this is basically set. It's basically a alternate universe slash dystopia. Well, would you class this as a dystopia? Basically, it's one day everyone wakes up and every woman has powers. I believe the power is that they can kill anyone on sight. They can just touch them and kill them. I think that's the power. I think. Um, and I think it's basically looking at how that's going to create like massive upheaval in the world, and how it's going to change the dynamics, and obviously it has a lot of feminist undertones, kind of exploring themes of gender. um the reason I'm confused if I've bought this or not before is because I also have The Farm by Joanne Ramos, which kind of, they all have these very similar covers of like powerful women, like, and it's all red, but it's not really related. I don't know why I'm kind of bringing it up, but The Farm was a similar book with kind of dystopian, utopian undertones, which was very feminist. But that was looking at um, kind of this company that was using women to kind of give birth to babies as like surrogates, but kind of very commercialized, and it was like a farm. So not really. You can see similarities in the general themes, but not really the same. I believe The Future is about a company. Oh, sorry, that's my oven. I believe The Future is about a company that have cracked being able to look into the future, and the kind of social implications of that. How I think they sell the information. I'm not sure entirely. I think it has a lot of consumerist, capitalist undertones. But anyways, that's that. I am going to kind of rush this because I think that what I have in the oven is going to burn. But yeah, these were my books. I'm really happy with my little book haul from the community bookshop. Yeah, it was a really cute bookshop as well, and they had. I am definitely going to go back there because they also had this section of like old antique books, and it was like it had in there. It said like, oh, prices inside, and I thought, oh, it's going to be like way more expensive than your average books, which were like £1.80. But I saw this really nice leather bound, really old copy of the Scarlet Letter, and it was only £4. I didn't buy it because I was like, we need to pace ourselves, but I'm definitely going to go back there. I also saw that they had like a lot of books, like little like a whole series, like neatly packaged, and it was like £5 for the whole series, and I was like, oh wow. I didn't go into there because they had a little section that was like teenage fiction, and it didn't click in my brain by teenage fiction they mean YA. So I'm gonna go back and have a look at their YA because I only saw it when I was in the queue for the till. I also saw that they had a load of Star Wars novelizations, which I want to get into. Fun fact about me is that I am a big Star Wars fan. I'm not that well versed though. Basically, I've only seen the main 6 films. We don't talk about the sequels. No, okay, look, don't come at me. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't say not to spoil anyone, but I've read the plots of the sequels and they sound ridiculous to me, right? So I could be wrong. There might be decent films. There might be decent films, but in my opinion, they kind of undermine everything that Star Wars is about. This is a bit random. Yeah. So that's. I'll be quiet now. I'll talk about Star Wars some other time. Yeah, that's me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon again on Only One Read.